Hi, I'm Dan Calloway. This is a synopsis of today's Advanced International Style Waltz class, and this is Silke. We began by taking a figure from the Viennese waltz, the reverse turn, and putting it into the slow waltz. So this figure is 1, 2, 3 with his cross, and 1, 2, 3 with her cross. In the class, because of lack of space, we only did that for one measure, but I'm recommending doing it for 3 measures, either for training or for performance. But for now, here is that one measure again, and that is 1, 2, 3, then a progressive chassé, 1, 2, and 3, and from there we went into a natural figure. I let the men choose that just to keep them thinking and on their toes. The second way we danced that progressive chassé was to end it in promenade position. So we danced 1, 2, and 3, and from here a hover corte. 1, 2, 3 to a back whisk, 2, 3, and a chassé from promenade position. We worked on a variety of really important principles to go with this choreography. The first one is, if you're closing your feet on the 3 beat in the waltz, normally it's right on the 3, whereas if the feet are apart at the end of a bar, then we usually step on the 3 and. For instance then, the chassés are all going to finish on 3 and, a later step than is given in the basic syllabus timing. In this case, with a delayed step, it means that step now becomes a lead-in, part of the next swing. So the chassé to the progressive chassé to promenade then is going to be 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2. And we use that timing for all figures that end with the feet apart. The next principle we talked about was overbalancing. In the same way that when a person starts walking, they don't just stick a foot out in front of them, they actually get their body going a little bit in advance of the foot. We use that overbalance principle to the extreme at an advanced level in dancing. We practiced falling in a variety of directions, and then we made the point that if going to the left, the toppling feels as if the head is leading, and if going to the right, that toppling, that overbalancing, feels more like a right bun lead if going backward, or if the woman's in promenade, it feels more like the front of her right hip is leading as she's going in that figure. So we have a problem typically in promenade that the woman comes into the man's space. So if she pretends she's drawing a bow before she starts, and then she overbalances with the hip lead, it helps her maintain her side of the counterbalance in the partnership. And then finally in the waltz, we talked about getting extreme rise in the feet. Without ever straightening the legs, make sure you can finish a figure fully up on the toes and hold that position for a whole measure of music. We didn't have much time to do this in class, but I made the point, make sure you get home and practice by dancing a measure, holding a measure on the toes. Dance a measure, hold a measure on the toes. That exercise should be done on a fairly regular basis to develop the balance and foot strength that is needed for advanced level waltz. Finally, we worked with one more position which was a bit strange. I asked the woman to put her hand on the near side of the man's face, and the man to put his hand on the near side of her face, and then to dance waltz together in that way. And the results were astounding, as everyone maintained their position whether they liked it or not. So practicing once in a while like that is a little goofy, but the results are hard to argue with. Thank you.